With a great show of pouty sulkiness, JB pulls Sachi away from my side and wraps an arm around her shoulders.
Hey baby, want to get out of here? Hello, welcome back to Bookend Gaming. It's Pep Sauce Friday!
Wow. Get your sauce ready. Let's fap.
That's really ill-advised.
Right.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Maybe start with mild.
Okay, yeah, let's ignore that.
Yeah. This is Fruit of Grisaia. And we are Bookend Gaming, and I am the Travis.
And I am the Eric.
The Eric, though?
The Eric.
There's a lot of Erics out there. Name another Travis.
Trit.
Shit.
No, Trit.
That's it. That's the only other one, though.
Probably. I feel like there's more.
Pastrana.
Sure.
Is that his name?
There's Eric Estrada.
No, Travis Pastrana is... I'm pretty sure he's like a BMXer or something.
There's Eric Clapton.
Yeah, and then there's Travis, the drummer from Blink-182 is Travis. Travis Barker, I think?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's it, though.
Isn't there a Travis Scott?
Yes. I don't know who that is, but yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of people with Travis as the last name.
Sure.
Let's figure out all the Travises. Let's sit here and not play the game and just look up famous Travises.
Let's not.
Okay, let's not.
Okay.
I don't meet a lot of other Travises in my life.
No, I don't really meet a lot of... I've met a few Erics.
Yeah.
But not very many.
That's true. Names are weird now.
Anyways.
What a stupid thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta start with a Machina sentence.
Oh, you sure do.
Let me wet my whistle.
That was really liquidy.
Hey, Sachin, just look at this unbelievably bodacious older woman abusing Oni-chan's noble offer to do our bidding. Doesn't it make you want to plot?
What does it mean? I think you probably meant to say audacious, but either way, Yukun and Omni-san seem to be having fun, so what's the harm?
Are those peepers of yours even functional, girl?
I have 2015 vision in both my eyes, actually.
They're huge, so...
Right?
The more I ask you about this sort of thing, the more worried I get about you, Sachin.
More importantly, aren't you planning to ask Yukun for anything, Maki-chan?
Oh, good point. No reason to let Amine hog him all day, is there?
Yes, I don't believe the offer was restricted to Amine-san, whatever.
Alrighty, since that's settled, we're beginning the Oni-chan Reconquista operation at once.
Reconquista?
Reconquista?
Yeah, I don't know. Ma'am.
Hey there, Amine-san. We got a little bone to pick with you. How about calling it a day with this boy toy role-playing, kiddo?
Guess you're right. Can't monopolize him too much. Don't want Michiru sticking push pins in her Amine voodoo doll or anything.
Does she have one?
I don't put pins in them. I ride them. Or never mind. I don't have any freaking voodoo dolls.
You do what?
Oh crap!
From nowhere in particular, there's an outraged burst of protest, followed immediately by the sound of someone scampering up the stairs. Probably safe to assume a certain noisy airhead was observing our little role-playing session from a fixed point in the shadows. Okay, the ex-wife gave the go-ahead, so now it's our turn to enjoy some Oni-chan time!
Okay, but what exactly were you hoping to do with Yukun?
Well, since Sachin's joining in too, let's have a group study session!
Study anatomy.
Yeah. Okay, you don't have to look at me like I said Chiru aced a test. Even a thick-skinned little lady like myself has feelings, you know?
Come on, you're always going on about how much you hate studying. Now this all of a sudden? Of course I'd be surprised.
Amani, I've just had a long overdue revelation. Sexual education.
A revelation?
Yep, get too caught up whining and fussing about the little things, and you'll end up like a certain someone, letting your whole life slip you by.
Some huge bitch.
Heck you! Who dares? Who dares spread slander about my age?
I know those bitches are talking about me.
I kind of know who you're talking about, but am I the only one who finds this sudden change of heart a little fishy?
Well, whatever the reason may be, trying to improve your weaknesses is an admirable thing. I'll gladly help out.
My hips are kind of weak. Let's improve those.
My bed frame is weak. Alrighty. Oni-chan obtained.
Okay, if you're really gonna study, where should we do it? My room?
In the classroom at school, of course.
Why the classroom?
Because your room stimulates my parasympathetic nervous system something fierce. I'd be face down and drooling on the books in no time.
Wow, it's almost like she's seriously planning to do this.
I really like people watching through the windows.
Maki-chan suggested this all on her own, after all. I think it would be wise to begin before she changes her mind.
Sounds about right. Boop.
2 frame per second transition.
That was, yeah. It's like that one was weirdly slow.
Yeah.
Although our study session began with this relatively auspicious show of determination, it was less than an hour before the group's attention began to wander. In the end, I was forced to endure an hour-long session of strip old maid on a whim of Makina's.
Do we get to see this? Even in chibi
Come
form?
on!
Damn it, game. We haven't even had like a little chibi CG in a long time.
That's true.
Oh, man. In the end, Yuji didn't even lose once.
They played strip old maid? We didn't get to see it?
This is bullshit.
I'm pissed off.
I'm definitely watching the anime now.
As we make our way back to the dorm,
Spoilers be damned.
Amine grumbles a few resentful words, arms folded behind her head. Any card game comes down to how well you can read your opponent. I fucking don't care.
This is not important. This is more annoying than the beach episode thing.
Yeah, when you've got the hang of that, the odds of finishing it at the very bottom get pretty low. But when you rattle off a string of wins like that, it's only natural to suspect a little funny business. Incidentally, Amine, you tend to leave the card you want to get rid of right in the middle of your hand. And Makina, your expression always makes it crystal clear when you get the old maid. Yes! Or no.
Was I seriously doing that?
At my old school, cards were the most convenient form of entertainment by far. Couldn't help but pick up an eye for tells. Even after I started at Ichigaya, many of the regular employees I worked with on the job were major poker lovers, including a few who'd throw their car keys into the pot with perfectly composed faces.
Thanks to that, I ended up losing quite a lot of clothing. You can't see it, though.
I know, right? Shame on you, Oni-chan. Ain't you stricken with guilt at making your girlfriend strip down to her skivvies?
She's done it multiple times.
Personally, I think Sachi's losing streak had more to do with the way you people kept asking her which one's the old maid at the end of the round. Of course, Sachi would answer with perfect honesty every time, so she invariably ended up stuck with the Joker in the end. Okay, so only she got naked.
Yeah. But
I
still.
was gonna say, that's weird that, like, he actually played...
Yeah, he was
watched
cool with
them all
it.
get naked.
I know, but I didn't want to strip in front of you, Yuji.
Whatever, you did. She prances around completely naked and shoves her breasts against me at every opportunity, but she's self-conscious about this. Sometimes women are just incomprehensible.
I just realized it.
In any case, I apologize for the unsightly spectacle.
No problems on that count. Might have mentioned this before, but my principle is not to refuse what's offered to me.
Except you've done it multiple times.
You have done it multiple times.
Is it now? You're awfully cold to me, considering.
I mean, literally none of you have asked for sex. I'm surprised by that.
Right?
I think it's only natural to get suspicious over that kind of gratuitous service, but as a general rule, men tend to enjoy watching their girlfriends strip down to their underwear, and I'm no exception.
Doesn't even have to be girlfriend.
Thank you very much. I guess, whatever. Okay, fair enough. In that case, I think it's about time us third wheels get going.
Before anyone can respond to Amine's sudden declaration, she grabs Makina's hand and pulls a step ahead of us. What's up? You need me for something?
Not really, just thought I could make you a new snack I learned the other day.
A new snack? More possibilities? No, Amane's being all nice to me out of nowhere. Wait, is it payday?
No, students generally don't receive a salary in the first place.
Y'all are getting paid? And it ain't like I'm working some part-time job like Oni-chan, neither.
So why'd you ask the question in the first place?
Just going with the flow.
Stalling for time. Okay, that's that. Thanks for putting up with us, Yuji.
Fine by me. I was sort of expecting you to drag me around all day, to be honest.
Since your schedule's empty now, why don't you go take Sachan on a date?
A date?
Yep. You're a couple now and all, so that's par for the course, right?
But I was enjoying being the butler.
Yeah, I'd rather just play more slave.
I see. Amane seems well-versed in romantic maneuvering, so if she says so, maybe this is the right timing.
Maybe I should have dated her.
All right, Sachi, how about we go on a date?
Yes, certainly.
Fucking finally! Never hesitates, does she?
Sachan's a girl herself, you know. What? God damn it. Of course she's happy
I
to go out
noticed
with the guy she likes. I was only consenting to Yukun's request. That's so.
Watching Sachi squirm, Amane smirks suggestively, that's a lot of S's, to no one in particular. From that expression, I'm willing to bet she's plotting something. Better keep a careful eye on that one.
Okay then, Yuji. It's up to you now.
Right. Sachin, hit him with your best shot. You got that?
Yes, I don't entirely understand, but thank you, Maki-chan. Okay then. Be sure to give us the whole story when you get back. Take pictures.
And with those words, Amane hurries off with Makina in tow. I can't believe, like, they actually got him to agree to, like, a strip poker, or a strip old maid thing, and then, like, they were making sure Sachi gets stuck with the old maid. You don't think Amane would be like, oops, I got the old maid.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're trying to be, they're trying to be nice to Sachi, because, like, they know Sachi would allow it.
Right.
But they're like, well, we don't want to take advantage of that.
No. And there they go.
Indeed they do.
Well, guess you may as well go on this date, then?
Oh, yeah, by all means.
We're gonna, like, go to the store.
Hit the food court. We could get, like, multiple things.
We can, like, scoop a few turtles. Sachi nods obediently, a bright smile on her face. All perfectly typical Sachi. But today, that very normality troubles me slightly. It makes me wonder if there's really any feeling behind the pleased tone of her voice, if that smile's completely hollow.
Those fucking bitches. I'm gonna burn this whole school down. I've done it before and I'll do it again.
For the time being, let's change out of our uniforms and meet up in the dorm lobby.
She's gonna be naked. Certainly.
She gonna actually have, like, a date outfit? That's not true.
That's impossible.
I watched Sachi make her way back to the dorm, trying my best to reassure myself.
You did say get out of clothes. You didn't say change into clothes.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting.
No. No, that's maid uniform after all, huh?
I'm wearing that. That's a...
Yeah.
Even among my many stylish maid uniforms, this is a particularly fashionable model. See this ribbon right here? It's slightly tilted.
And the apron is Gucci.
Obtained only recently for outings. As you can see, the red ribbon at the breast is particularly vivid and...
Okay, I get it. Actually, I can't see any difference whatsoever, but I suppose I'll have to take the maid's expert's word on this one. Right then, as for the plan, we decided this pretty suddenly, so I have absolutely nothing.
Yes, I rather thought that might be the case.
So for today, I thought we could do whatever you feel like, Sachi.
Anything I want to do?
I mean, I kind of enjoyed the strip old maid. That's right. Even if it's cleaning the dorm or bayonet drills, I mean, whatever. I'm up for it. Whatever you feel like is fine.
Yeah, like bayonet drills.
Bayonet drills.
Or like we could go to a movie or do like bayonet drills.
I really like the bayonet drill idea.
There's a new Italian restaurant, and like we could do bayonet drills on the way there.
Right. And then not go to the restaurant.
Right. I'm not really hungry, so like maybe instead of going in the restaurant, we just do more bayonet drills.
That sounds great.
Let's see then. Bayonet drills, bayonet drills.
Sachi places a hand on her cheek, shuts her eyes, and begins to think the matter over.
Oh, no.
If nothing's coming to mind, you can say so.
I do apologize. I'm really not much good at putting forward my own suggestions, it seems.
Come to think of it, you told me the same thing back when I transferred in.
Yes. Can't believe you remember that. That was like 3 years ago.
When she was a kid, Sachi used to constantly invent new games and drag me into them. It's probably safe to say this is another area of her personality, strongly influenced by the trauma that accident inflicted on her.
Therefore, how about I spend the day accompanying you on some bayonet drills?
Yes! Yes!
Of your typical activities, Yukun.
My typical activities basically come down to training and reading. Bayonet drills. Might be a bit of a stretch to call that a date, don't you think?
I mean, I guess I could bring you on a murder. Do you want to go to a murder?
Do you want to watch a murder?
That's perfectly alright. The specific details are irrelevant. As long as you and I consider it a date, Yukun, that's exactly what it is. Sweet, I'm gonna play Call of Duty.
Yeah. I see. Thanks to JB and Cheesy Roo's incessant grumbling, I had a pretty fixed image of a date as something like dinner at an expensive restaurant with a skyline view. But Sachi's absolutely right. The important thing is what the experience means to the people involved, not whether it meets some arbitrary societal standard. Alright, in that case, why don't you tag along on my training today?
Sweetly. Thank you very much.
Keep in mind, my training's no joke. This may be a date, but be sure to approach it with the utmost caution.
Sir, yes, sir.
Beep.
I'm fucking adorable.
What was that? Are you ready, Ranger Komine?
Yes, sir. I've changed to my specialized exercise-made uniform, sir.
You did? When?
It's bulletproof.
10 minutes later, as Sachi holds her rifle, Red broom. Okay. In the classic shouldering position, I bellow my approval. All right, well done. Also, you will respond to any further orders with an immediate hoo-ah! That clear?
Hoo-ah!
Not bad. You squeal a bit better than your average stuck pig. We'll be starting off with a nice easy round of squat jumps. You know the drill.
I assume it involves squatting and then jumping.
You got it.
I've seen a video on the internet before, sir. There was a lot of squatting, not so much so jumping.
Oh, they say you're always prepared, Komine, and it seems like they're right. If you can't cut it as a ranger, you have a bright future selling cookies with the Girl Scouts. In deference to your shrewdness, I'll permit you to substitute the regulation 3.5 kilogram rifle for that broom of yours.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sergeant.
All right, then. Your target for this drill is 30 repetitions. I hear you've been clambering down schoolhouse walls with those legs. Let's see what they can do.
What are you doing here, soldier? Exactly what you tell me, sir? Good God, that's the best goddamn answer I've ever heard. You must be some kind of genius. Hoo-wah! 1, a 2, 3, a 4.
After offering her energetic assent, Sachi shoulders the broom behind her neck, jumps into the air from a low squat, and alternates her leading foot on the way back down. The movements vaguely resemble the well-known Cossack dance?
I don't know.
Cossack horseman dance? But the need to leap all the way up every time places a severe strain on your lower body.
Hey, everybody, if you want to do the Cossack, take your hands and place them on your lower back. 15, 16, 7.
As if to demonstrate, Sachi's movements quickly grow sluggish after her 15th repetition. What's the matter, Ranger Komine? Even a bottle blonde twin-tail pseudo-tsundere could struggle through that much. I mean, I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Just in a generalization.
Hypothetically. Is that maid uniform just for show? Get moving.
Who are? 17, 18, 19.
Oh, my buns are burning.
Oh, they're turning into steel. Excuse me?
I turn around in response to a tap on my shoulder, only to find Amine standing behind me with an ominous glower on her face. Oh, if it isn't Amane. Weren't you making Machina a snack or something?
He's like still in drill sergeant mode.
Yeah.
Excuse me? I'm sorry. That's already done, so I came to see how things were going. Is this supposed to be the date?
That was 17 hours ago. That's right. Sachi asked if she could participate in some of my typical activities.
And so you decided to put her through boot camp style military training?
I know, aren't I the best boyfriend? Yeah, incidentally, the constant shouting helps develop your abdominal muscles. Abdominal.
I'm the abdominable muscle man.
Yeah. Makes a surprisingly big difference in the results of any exercise routine, in my experience. Give it a try if you ever get anxious about your waist.
I need help if you want me to scream. Yeah, sure, thanks. No, hold on. That's not what I'm worried about here. What kind of date is this supposed to be?
Don't follow. Please elaborate.
I mean, come on. Yes, being with the person you like makes anything better, but how many girls are there going to enjoy playing soldiers on a date?
Probably not that many now that you mention it.
Jables. Right, so why don't you do something a little more normal? Go shopping, see a movie. Anything's better than this.
I get your point, but Sachi did make the request.
Maybe do some bayonet drills or something. Even so, I really think you could have been a little more considerate.
No, me? Come on. In other words, in between drills, bend down and whisper loving words in her ear, something like that.
My drill sergeant did that with me. No. Look, you spend plenty of time reading as well, don't you? You could just take her to the library or something.
Her. True enough, that sounds a bit more like a date.
Still kind of sucks. Incidentally, just out of curiosity, what were you planning to do after this?
Well, a round trip over a one-rope bridge, followed by a rope climbing session. Just a bunch of stuff with rope, actually. Probably would have finished things off with a 10-mile rifle run.
On a rope.
Dragging a rope. Amane had kept her cool until now, but my latest response is followed by some violent trembling on her part. Something wrong? Need a bathroom break? Don't let me keep you.
That does it, Yuji. Come with me for a second.
You suck at this. Suddenly exploding with anger, Amane grabs my hand and starts yanking me fiercely along. Hold on, what are you trying to...
Stow it! Shut up and follow me.
Yeah, I get the message, but we can't just leave Sachi training. She's been waiting a long time to do 20.
Right? Sorry, Sachin. I'm gonna borrow Yuji for a second, so put a hold on the training, okay? Hoo-ah!
20!
Also, you can cut it out with the hoo-ahing now. Yes, certainly. I'm here too, somehow.
Look at that. Look at that. Yamane's finally snapped.
Maki-chan, what are you eating?
It's a combination of Jell-O and pretzels. I don't really like it at all. Some breast milk donuts. What the
All right.
Amane made. Plenty to go around, so help yourself, Sachin.
Wow, she's like the embodiment of that breast milk meme that was going around for a long time.
Yeah.
Could I get a coffee with breast milk? I mean breast milk. Breast milk. Thank you. Those are soy milk donuts, I believe.
Yeah, anywho. You look pretty chill about all this. Your boyfriend got abducted, you know. That alright with you?
I dunked my boobies in the milk. Well,
It took some weird positions, but I got it done.
I had to pour it in a bowl. Well, Amane-san seemed to have some business with him. There's no use making a fuss about it.
Yeah, but what if that business involves gobbling up Oni-chan?
I see. Kind of like a mind goblin.
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Perhaps she's after that tender thigh meat?
Huh?
No? Then what part of Yukon do you think would be the tastiest, Maki-chan?
Thick thighs save lives. You're really something else, Sachin.
I've never thought of it.
It would be his cock.
I better go stick my boobies back in that bowl.
It was kind of fun,
I
actually.
gotta cool off.
After a rough march to the rooftop, I'm forced to sit on my heels under Amane's withering gaze of scorn.
Just to be perfectly clear, the purpose of this little exercise is to inspire some contrition on your part.
I don't even see any Bayonettas up here. You lied to me.
Bayonettas.
Yeah.
That's why he wanted to do bayonet training. Is
Right.
He thought it had something to do with Bayonetta.
Yeah. I did understand that much, yes. You're basically saying that squat jumping is an inappropriate choice for a first date, right?
Less squat jumping in particular, more the entire drill sergeant routine. I understand that you're a little eccentric, Yuji, but that's way over the line.
Maybe you're right, but Sachi seemed to enjoy it in a way, didn't she?
That's because Sachan is a heartbreakingly good girl.
Yay.
She's a good girl.
She's gotta be a good girl.
She's the backup singer.
She'll eat eggs on rice with a big smile on her face, but that doesn't mean she really enjoys it the same as a steak.
I see. So am I the steak?
Yeah, I don't like what is.
Nice analogy. I get it
Are
now.
you talking about my man meat again?
I mean, seriously, it's not like you couldn't have taken her somewhere better, right? You're not totally clueless about what girls enjoy.
Well, I was considering inviting her to a meal at first, I guess.
See, I knew it. So now I understand that bizarre excuse for a date even less. What the heck were you thinking?
Amine glowers down at me, her eyes narrowed in an expression of transparent vexation. Among other things, this whole date idea was her suggestion. She seems truly and earnestly upset that it didn't go well. You have a point. I might have been taking advantage of Sachi's tolerant nature on this one. I said I wasn't going to do that.
I mean, I literally got her naked and then sent you off on a date. What the fuck, dude?
And for someone who understands how Sachi's mind works and why, that's fundamentally wrong, even when it comes to something as small as this.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to avoid doing that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he was doing it on purpose, like to try to, he's trying to like push her over the edge.
Right. I don't really
But I guess
understand his plan now.
he's just being dumb.
I'm gonna talk about something genuinely serious now. Yuji, you found out the reason Sachan's in this school, didn't you?
No.
With the fire and whatnot?
As she delivers the question in a slightly lowered tone of voice, Amine's eyes
That's just how I talk.
bore searchingly into mine. What makes you say that? Ha ha.
Don't try to play dumb. Maybe you and Sachan were childhood friends or whatever, but there's absolutely no way you'd randomly ask her to go out with you because of that. You had a reason.
Amine declares this without so much as a moment's hesitation. There's a flat, matter-of-fact certainty in her voice.
And it's because she's a tsundere, right? Is that?
No.
Like it's a tsundere thing? Is that what the maid thing is?
No, it's not.
Fuck.
Good try, though. Keep on trying.
It's close, I guess, kind of not really at all.
In other words, this
Exact
woman
opposite, kind of.
is absolutely confident that she understands me. Guess there's no point in pretending, then.
So I was right.
Yeah, I know all about the incident that brought Sachi to the school, and I know about the trauma at the root of it all.
I was in the car.
On the basis of that knowledge, I thought long and hard about what I could do for Sachi as she is today, and ultimately I decided becoming a couple would be an essential step in that process.
Yeah, it's all utilitarian. I don't like her at all.
I get what you're saying, but was that really absolutely necessary? You couldn't have just, dated me. You had the option.
You're right. Getting halfway involved isn't going to cut it. The law Sachi has imposed on herself is too brittle and too dangerous for that. All you saw for yourselves was what can happen. You all saw for yourselves what can happen when those shackles bind her too tightly, didn't you? Amine gently closes her eyes and holds her silence for a long moment.
Okay then, I want to ask you just one last thing. Did you decide to help Sachan because you fell in love with her?
And when her eyes open again, they communicate a serious warning. Don't even think about trying to dodge the question. But I dodged the question.
I jumped off the roof.
To be completely honest, I don't really know whether I love Sachi or not. But I do know that I was drawn to her like a moth to a flame.
A pink, cute flame.
Or something she has that I don't. I was completely serious about choosing her.
You haven't said anything out loud.
I'm still here. You know you're not disappearing, right?
You can't just fall asleep and get away with it.
I shut my eyes and honestly put my feelings into the clearest words I can. After a moment, I hear Amine sigh softly.
Okay, thanks for being honest.
What? Amane has always approached me with straightforward affection and kindness. In retrospect, I probably should have done her the courtesy of making this equally clear from the start. Alright, mind if I ask you a question of my own?
Not really. What about?
Actually, no. What is Sachi to you, Amane?
Competition. I mean, is that all? Easy enough. She's my friend and I care about her very much.
Once more, her response comes without a moment's hesitation. A friend, huh?
I mean, Sachian's a really sweet girl. She's a huge help. She's fun to be around. The list goes on and on. She's got pink hair. She's cute. I have a maid fetish.
You do what?
So to be honest, I think you're gonna get the same answer from anyone you ask. We all have maid fetishes.
She says those words. There's an almost proud smile on Amane's face. I mean, why do you think we asked her to be in the maid outfit all the time?
Yeah.
Anyone who saw that expression would instantly know those words aren't merely polite flattery. Good to hear. I'm all the more convinced now. Mumbling more to myself than Amane, I finally ease off my heels, flopping down cross-legged onto the warm concrete.
Huh? Convinced of what?
I don't know. Well, to put it simply, right now, I think Sachi needs people like you more than anything else in the world.
So you date her.
She should date you.
Huh? What? Sorry, I don't really follow.
Well, that's all right. It's more convenient for me that way.
What the heck? That's not gonna cut it, okay?
All right, then. It's nothing complicated. Since you called Sachi your friend, Amane, I want to ask you for a little favor on her behalf.
A favor?
That's right. If you really care about Sachi, I want you to keep treating her exactly as you have until now.
That, okay, I wasn't planning on changing exactly as I have. What, something as ordinary as that?
I don't think anyone in this place, myself included, has had nearly enough of that sort of ordinary in their lives.
Oh.
I'm not trying to say it's as simple as that, but what Sachi needs right now is to realize what she has. My answer's purposely a bit on the opaque side. Not exactly the concrete explanation of my plans Amane was clearly looking for, but without a single complaint, she quietly searches for the meaning of those words on her own.
Okay, if you're saying I can help her that way, I'll do as you say. But I'm not doing it because you asked me to. I'm doing it because it's the natural thing to do as Sachan's friend. She almost had it.
Mm-hmm.
That was it! What? Being friends with someone? No, fuck!
Go back to the... Yeah, thank you, Amane.
So Yuji can say a proper thank you after all.
You say something?
No, it's nothing.
Alright.
By the way, you may not have realized this yourself, but when you're with Sachan, you started smiling more often than you used to.
I know, she's fun.
She's so cute, though. I can't help it. I just want to make her a sandwich.
What?
You can take my word for it. I've been watching you real carefully for a while now. Kinda like since you got here, after all.
Putting a hand on her hip as she speaks, Amane flashes me a smile that's just a little too spirited to be fully convincing. Amane!
All right, let's call an end to this little sermon. But one last thing. Since you asked me for a favor, I've got one to ask in return.
And what would that be?
Get those fucking pictures. Since you shot me down and picked Sachin instead, you darn well better make her happy.
I never would have done that.
So when we go to the next one in line, is Sachi gonna help us with that? Like it's always the previous one.
It's probably always Amane.
It'd be most likely.
With a little wink, Amane promptly turns on her heel and leaves the rooftop. No, don't jump! Oh. No, I'm going through the door.
There's a door right here. Oh, I've been climbing this fucking rope I put.
Look at me getting the full kid gloves treatment from a woman. Amane's got a lot more delicacy than you'd guess.
And them tits.
And while I don't want to suggest her gender gives her some universal insight into the female mind, she's taught me a lot of things in her role as unofficial ambassador of young women. I smile more often when I'm with Sachi, huh? I hadn't even been aware, but maybe the reason I chose Sachi had something to do with that as well. Either way, I've already found myself indebted to my classmates' insight and kindness. For once, it seems Chiziru's advice might have been genuinely worth listening to.
I mean, has she ever given you bad advice?
I don't think so.
Doesn't seem like it. She doesn't give a whole bunch, but it's never been like, oh, that was a stupid thing.
Right. On a summer morning, already hot enough to inspire full-throated chirping from the cicadas, Sachi silently devotes herself to her self-imposed duties, dressed as always in her long-sleeved maid uniform. Jesus, what are you doing down there? Oh, okay. And I, watching over her from afar, busy myself braiding the hair of a deranged cave gremlin.
Who are you calling a gremlin?
Object all you want, but I've been hearing some distinctly goblin-esque grunting from your direction for a while now.
That's just because someone fed me after midnight. Well, your hands feel kind of nauseating, so I couldn't help making of you weird sounds. I'm only turned on a little.
Herm! So you're emitting bizarre noises at random intervals without conscious intent. Ever been tested for Tourette syndrome?
Fuck you! I mean, that's just the Tourette's. No, that's not the issue here. It's all good, yep.
Well, if you say so.
Anyway, I know you're trying to make your girlfriend's life easier or whatever, but are you sure about spending all this time waiting on the other girls?
No worries on that front. We've got a date scheduled after this. I'm gonna braid Machina's hair.
We're finally gonna do Bayonetta things.
Bayonetta things.
We're gonna play Bayonetta 3 together.
Yeah.
I heard it's not great.
Ah, that's so. How nice for you. Your next thing is to take me on a date right now.
Dang it!
The temperature totally just went up a few degrees.
In my pants. Michiru fans herself vigorously with one hand, her face contorted into an expression I haven't seen since the time she mistook lukewarm leftover soup for barley tea and guzzled it all down.
Oh, my stars. I've got the vapors.
Sachi and I arranged the date in question yesterday, shortly after my little pep talk from Amane. Returning to the athletic grounds, I find Sachi still maintaining a quite respectable standby pose, nibbling from a box of soy milk donuts with Machina at her side. This is still the same...
He's flashing back to the day before.
Oh, okay. I apologize for my lack of consideration, fully expecting Sachi's standard, I don't mind in the least, in reply. But in a somewhat unusual turn of events, she instead asked, in that case, what shall we do for the rest of the date? And so, after a brief discussion, we decided to wipe the slate clean of our half-assed first date and give it a fresh start the next day. All right, we're done.
It's just like one standing straight up braid, and then the other one is like nothing.
I gave Michiru a light thump on the shoulder to signal the completion of her twin tail tying request.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I'm gonna get all the boys if they existed. Oh, wait, there's just you. Fuck.
Standing from the bench she'd been lounging on, Michiru reaches up and examines my work with her own hands.
Not too shabby, Yuji. Your hands were kind of greasy, though. The thickness of the tufts is just right. The balance between left and right is solid. Your work's not inferior to Sachi's in any way.
Well, I have seen her do this once or twice, so I had an example to work off.
And you copied it perfectly just from that? Are you some kind of superhuman?
Yes, actually.
The sun is setting in the sky, so calm down, Hulk. So find your way back home to me, and when you rub your tired eyes, we'll kiss to say goodnight and be a good girl.
As we're chatting, I notice Sachi's actually singing a relatively normal song as she works. Something of a first.
If Sachi's singing this one, she must be in a good mood today.
Really?
Yep. Normally she just sings some of those weird ones Machina told her to use. You only get this one when she's feeling really chipper. You unlock the secret song.
Yeah, that a fact. They might be relatively loose orders, but Machina did ask Sachi to warble her ludicrous tunes. In other words, Sachi must be attached to this song to the point where it can occasionally override her standard system of prioritization. She have some special affection for that song?
Don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. If you're curious, why don't you try asking her instead of me?
I don't know why I don't do that, actually. Herm, you might say. Can't honestly say I'm not curious, but I suppose the important thing is knowing what it means about her mood. Prying into the exact details could be counterproductive.
I mean, he's like accidentally following the principal's advice.
Right.
Because she blatantly told him, like, ask the other girls.
Yeah.
And like it's like he has to like get it out of them just by being a fuck up.
Anyway, you fulfilled my request, so feel free to go flirt with Sachi or whatever, and then you come back and do more.
Oh no, my twin tails, they came undone.
Oh, dang, you have to play with my hair some more.
Appreciate it. To demonstrate my gratitude, I'll let you watch.
How you doing?
What? Sachi?
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Sachi, have a second?
You called, master? Oh, that's my thing.
Sachi trots right over when I call out her name, offering a greeting that inspires a truly spectacular grimace from Michiru. You're looking a little pale in the face there. Michiru, my friend, just now realized that you forgot to eat breakfast.
I ate a perfectly reasonable breakfast, thanks. Sachi made me some honey toast.
Honey Toast Crunch. Yum.
No, forget that. Are you seriously making her call you master now?
They had a bigger reaction to her calling you Yukun.
Right,
She comes
yeah.
up and calls you master, and she's just like, whatever.
That's weird.
No, I don't recall forcing her to do that or giving any indication I wanted her to.
I actually said meowster.
Meowster.
So then, yes, it was my own attempt to be thoughtful.
Yeah, I like it.
I see. What can I say? I guess you kind of have it rough yourself, Yuji.
Yeah, this is the worst.
My life is a pain.
God, jeez. Next thing I know, she's gonna be calling me daddy, and I'm ugh.
I'll be fine. You hang in there yourself, alright? It's always darkest before the dawn.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, I'm supposed to be the one doing the comforting here.
Let's leave this bitch behind. As Michiru writhes in frustrated confusion, Sachi smiles brightly and conspicuously leans her head in my direction. The gesture's a pretty blatant request for another of those petting sessions, but unfortunately, while your intentions were good, that wasn't quite worthy of a pat on the head.
What an ass.
Is that so?
In typical fashion, Sachi offers no complaint or objection, despite this obviously disappointing result. But judging from the way she proactively presented herself for attention, Michiru's assessment of her mood seems to be relatively accurate. So, how far have you gotten with the courtyard?
I finished cleaning today's designated area. I was just about to start making some progress into tomorrow's work.
In that case, I'd like to get going before this heat gets any worse. But before I can finish the thought, there's the distinctive sound of a certain engine drawing near. Uh-oh.
Panama,
A sound that can only mean one thing.
Panama, Huh? That engine?
I guess she's here.
Yeah, so it would seem.
Oh, God.
Long time no see, Yuji.
After saying goodbye to Michiru, who apparently finds encountering genuine blondes somewhat depressing, Sachi and I make our way to the front gate. JB's leaning against her flashy sports car, waving in our direction. Look, didn't I tell you to give me advance warning of your visits?
You heard the engine.
I happened to be in the neighborhood on business today, so I just stopped by to say hello, that's all. I was gonna go see Avatar.
Looks like you're done. Bye.
Jeez, as always, you don't know how to treat a lady.
Ain't that the truth?
He's not treating you this coldly, is he, Sachi?
Oh, God, the ultimate test.
Not at all. In fact, things between Yukun and I were rather hot and sweaty yesterday. Huh? It hasn't even been a week since I heard you two were going out. You're moving that fast?
Just to make things perfectly clear, Sachi's referring to training, physical exercise, that sort of hot and sweaty.
Squatting.
Oh, that makes sense. You got me a teensy bit surprised there, dear. And I'm all hot and bothered.
Yeah, it took us at least 10 days to get to third base. That's my girlfriend for you, just full of surprises.
Just hand stuff. I see.
But anyway, since when were you two this friendly?
Oh yes, it was pretty tough to get this far, you know? I mean, the first time I met Sachi, she shouted, "Begone!" and started brandishing that broom like some kind of spear. Did we see that happen?
I don't remember that.
Well, I feel like maybe we did see that happen.
At the time, I mistook Harudera-san for an intruder. I really am very sorry.
Oh, don't apologize. I mean, you're looking after Yuji for me now.
The smile on JB's face bears a striking resemblance to Amane's up-to-no-good expression. When women smirk like this, my experience suggests that events are about to take a markedly irritating turn.
Well, let's hear it. How's the taste of sweet young love running through your veins? You're enjoying yourselves, yes?
Are you seriously asking me that? What are you, some gossipy old lady from across the street?
Oh, come now. I'm your guardian, so it's only natural for me to check up on how things stand.
I already gave you what you absolutely needed to know, didn't I? I see no reason to volunteer more.
I need something for my spank bank. Fine, forget it. I'll just ask Sachi instead.
Oh.
Whisper, 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 whisper.
With a great show of pouty sulkiness, JB pulls Sachi away from my side and wraps an arm around her shoulders.
Hey, baby, want to get out of here? Hey, Sachi, just between you and little old me, have you and Yuji kissed yet?
Look, you!
When we were children, I did peck him on the cheek since we began dating. Nothing as of yet. So at about, I don't know, holding hands, anything like that?
No, that's too lewd.
No, we hadn't yet engaged in any romantic activities of the hand-holding, hugging, or play-biting variety either.
This guy don't take any of my fucking hands.
One of those things strikes me as slightly different from the others, but if he hasn't even gone for your hand yet, it seems you're really being treasured, Sachi.
Or maybe he's just not that into you.
He definitely fucks on the first date. I've seen it. Is that so? You bet it is. Yuji's normally a beast, you know. Give him an opening and he'll pounce like a snarling wolf. That's slightly surprising if true.
Stop feeding her lies, woman.
Oh, but it's no lie. Now is it? Is that true, Yukun?
No! As she speaks, Sachi stares up at me with eyes clear and bright as glass beads. All I'm going to say is this. When JB starts talking like an effeminate stage magician, you really shouldn't take anything she says too seriously.
But she's talking like an Italian plumber, so I think I should probably take her seriously.
Right?
Yes, certainly. Oh, Sachi dear, how can I put this? Sometimes you're so cooperative that it's a little unsettling on the receiving end.
Well, you could say that's one of her good points.
Oh, true enough. Anyways, thanks to Sachi's honesty, I'm fully convinced you two are having a wholesome relationship. Boring.
So you're satisfied now, right? Better get back before the brass starts squawking.
Jeez, you'll never miss a chance to try and shoo me away, do you?
When you have an actual reason to visit, I don't think I treat you unkindly. You do, actually.
In that case, it seems like a job may be coming your way the day after tomorrow. Keep your schedule open, okay?
If that was the point of this visit, she sure took her time getting around to mentioning it. Alright, send me the details when you can.
There's actually never any jobs. It's just you think there's jobs, and it's the only pretense JB can think of.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I gotta come up with someone for him to kill. But of course...
And then it's just a, cardboard cutout.
You got it! Good job! You're the best assassin ever! Okay then, guess I shouldn't make too much of a nuisance of myself. I'll be heading back to the office now. You kids have fun.
With an exaggerated wink, JB slips into the driver's seat of her prancing horse.
Oh, that's right. One last thing, Sachi. Yes, what can I do for you?
Van Halen rules.
Yuji tosses and turns like crazy, so be careful when you're sleeping on the same bed. How do you know that? Yes, certainly.
Yeah. I'm starting to think there's more going on between you two than I realized.
Okay then, you two. Till next time. Luigi time.
After teasing us one final time, JB rolls up her window and speeds off in a shrill burst of sound pollution. Okay, just to be clear, I don't toss or turn in my sleep.
To be sure, from what I've seen, I rather thought you'd be capable of sleeping while standing at attention.
Parts of me do.
I mean, when I wake up, I'm usually standing at attention.
That's a bit over the top. But anyway, do you finally understand not to take that woman at her word?
But she came to visit out of concern for you, Yukun. Isn't she basically a trustworthy person? No.
Maybe, if she could resist the impulse to screw around like that.
Oh, I see.
More importantly, about the date.
That's canceled.
Let's do some squats.
You prepared a plan this time, yes?
Yeah, we're gonna play Bayonetta. I haven't stopped thinking about it. Yeah, I thought we'd go walk around some stores.
Stores?
Right, window shopping as they call it.
Maybe stop at Sbarro.
Gonna buy some windows.
Are you in the market for new window panes, Yuku?
Pretty decent. Try that one on a veteran Marine who's gotten thoroughly sick of constantly floating around in iron tubs, and you probably get a drunken roar of laughter.
That's a really specific audience. I don't think
Yeah.
I could set that up. I could talk to my manager. I wasn't trying to make a joke, actually.
Right, I keep forgetting she's a natural at this. Anyway, I did take my best stab at thinking up an appropriate first date here. Is the shopping plan all right by you?
It certainly is. Shopping with Yukun sounds like a very pleasant date. I'm looking forward to it already.
Good. In that case, let's make our preparations, then meet up here in 10.
Yes, certainly.
I mean, I'm ready now. You think I'm gonna change?
She's got to go get her shopping maid uniform
Oh,
on.
right. She's gotta go get a different bow on.
It's got more pockets on it. All right, that's an episode.
The bow has pockets in it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, man, right before the date.
I know.
Son of a bee.
But we're already, well past.
I know.
I let that one run wong.
One long run long.
I wet it wong wong.
It one long, they did.
Because I was like, I'll just wait till JB leaves and that'll be the end of the scene. But then it didn't do a timestamp.
Nope.
Because it's not a new day.
No, it's not a brand new day. We're gonna
The
go
sun
shopping.
is high. The birds are singing that
We're
I'm
all
gonna die.
die.
Go ahead and laugh, even though we're not funny guys.